All right, thank you so much, Vanessa. The time now is 6:22, and here with us today now is Gabe Rockers from Edward Jones, and he's here to share some financial tips this morning. Good morning, Gabe.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me, Ron.
Yes,
I appreciate it.
Thanks for being here.
So I wanted to talk about wild swings in the financial markets.
Which is very, very topical right now.
Absolutely. So the markets for the better part of 4 or 5 weeks have been on a pretty volatile ride. Until last week, I think most of it had been tilting to the downside. So I wanted to just talk about a few things that people need to stay focused on in these types of environments.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
You know, to buy low and to sell high takes great discipline and great patience. And so people need to stay calm in these times and make sure they look for those opportunities when we're getting the chop in the market. If you look at what's causing the volatility, I would say a slowing global economy is most certainly pointing to that, bringing in fears of recession. And tariffs have created some of the uncertainty in the global trade supply. Now, fortunately, tax cuts and deregulation strengthened our economy enough that we look a little bit different than the rest of the globe. So, you know, people need to set realistic expectations, if I can spit it out, and understand that global weakness may weigh on corporate earnings growth a little bit. And so maybe we need to reduce our expectation for returns at this point in the cycle a little bit. People also need to make sure they review their investment mix. If I use last year in the fourth quarter as a good barometer. If they didn't like what happened on their statements in that fourth quarter during that downdraft, they need to maybe seek out some safer alternatives with part of their assets, like bond instruments. Because the one good thing today is the Fed's not raising interest rates, and that means the bond market return is much more certain. So that's just a few tips people can keep in mind.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we had our Economic Development Summit here not too long ago at Missouri Western. There was a lot of interest in that. So there are a lot of people that are like definitely concerned about economic concerns with all this stuff and the markets and stuff. So, Gabe, thank you so much for sharing those topics. We really wish we had a little bit more time to go into it, but we are running a little low.
Yeah,
so.
People just remember, stay invested, review your mix so you're in the right asset mix, and make sure that you focus on those long-term goals.
All right, Gabe, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, Ron. I appreciate you having me.
Yes, have a good rest of your day.